Hi, this is Andrea Towers with TV Guide Magazine and TVinsider.com, and I am here at New York Comic Con with the cast of Reginald the Vampire.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh. We're all on crowd as well.
You're your own cheering section right now. I know the film is based, or I'm sorry, the show is based on the Fat Vampire series. So in a world of so many vampire stories, what intrigued you about adapting it into a show?
Well, I mean, I think, and you got this from the book almost immediately, is that it's the hero of the book. It's Reginald Baskin in the book, Reginald Andres for our purposes. But he's just different than any other vampire I'd ever seen, and any other hero. And usually in those stories, he would be the next door neighbor, comic relief, the sidekick. But in our story, he's the hero. And it's his hero's journey that we follow. And the fact that it goes through this obstacle course of vain, vapid, beauty-obsessed vampires with perfect cheekbones makes it even more fun for us. So for me, that's what attracted me to it almost immediately, was getting into that world and trying to understand what Reginald was going to do and how he would deal with being, eternal.
Well, I know, Jacob, I know that you've said in other interviews that this is not your typical vampire story, because it's not. It's like it's a fun, different take on the whole vampire genre, really, or what people expect.
For sure. It's so much easier to do interviews when I have like Harley or Jeremiah here, because like they answer it so perfectly. But I was gonna
you don't have to say anything.
No, what he said is like
right?
I agree. It's just like a very human story set on the backdrop of vampirism, right? We're sort of like, we don't fall in love with the romanticism of vampires. We sort of poke fun at it, so that's a great thing. And Reginald's a really relatable guy, and his story is very human, and I think that's a really great journey to watch.
How much fun have you had playing him?
A lot of fun. I feel like every day was sort of like it was like an actor's class. It sort of felt like you could just like do whatever you want and like try crazy shit, and then like if it doesn't work out, like we'll fix it, kind of. So it was like, so it was really fun. It was really, really cool, and the cast made it great.
Jacob's a great number one.
No.
And by the way, he comes from a movie where I'm assuming you show one page a day, two pages a day, and we're doing 8 or 9 pages a day.
Yeah.
And the thought is, okay, well, how's Jacob going to handle this? And he's going to burn down because he's in almost every scene, and we're in the last week of shooting. He's still bouncing around with so much energy. I'm in my apartment asleep, so I didn't see a lot of it. But in weeks, well, I had COVID for a while. But he was so great, and that was super important to the success.
Yeah, I could speak to having shot 6-7 pages a day up to that point, and still having 2 scenes to do. We go and read the scene, and Jacob comes, no sides, no sheets. He knows it cold.
Wow, he just put everyone to shame, I guess.
It basically sets the bar very, very high for all the other actors who just they feathered right in. And I think he set a tone for performance, behavior, and overall his kindness. I mean, on set, and his generosity.
Way too much, and not true at all.
We'll edit that out, right?
I appreciate you.
Edit that out, right?
Hey, well, we'll take the pressure off you. We'll go to Em and Savannah.
Oh, God.
We'll switch to ladies.
So how do you feel about Jacob?
We'll keep him.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, we'll keep him.
You guys play characters who both feel very differently towards Reginald. What do you have against him?
I know. Angela has a lot against him, but it's nothing personal. In a way, it's
Much worse than that.
it's kind of much worse than that. Reginald is kind of just this pain in her side. Angela's someone she's been around for 400 years, so she has this power that she's developed and this status that she has, and she really it kind of gets thrown off when Reginald comes into town, and when that power is kind of challenged. Thank you. When that's challenged, it really throws her off, and I think I think so. That definitely comes down to that for a large majority of it.
So like in a way, we relate to you because it's like this guy just ruined your life. You have to get rid of him, I'd say.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, from her mind, it's like, I just need to get rid of him.
Yeah. Angela's the hero of the story.
Really,
Yeah.
that's really, she's just very misunderstood, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, is it fun to play that dynamic between the three of you?
Yeah. No, I think it's really fun. I feel like it's really fun to watch. Right.
I could give
Passing
you
the
my
mic.
mic
No,
if
yeah.
you would like.
So I think it's really fun to play. Watching sort of Angela and Reginald's interactions because they're so completely different people, and it's the contrast that like really is
clip with the bike.
is really.
Favorite, right?
And I think that like scene is just so it explains their relationship really well. I think like Reginald and Sarah very it's like very first love-ish and a unique journey for Reginald to take because he's never really been in love before. So that's a very cool like crazy experience because they also share like a really deep friendship. So that's really crazy. That's like a really cool thing to like navigate as well. And I mean they all write it for us to say. So I feel like it's really good shit. Good shit. Like
How do you feel about Reginald?
Oh, we like
you
him.
specifically.
Me, yeah.
You
Yeah. Gosh, what can I say that hasn't been said? Yeah, we like this guy. I think it's like, it is a journey of firsts for us in a lot of ways, and for Sarah. She's coming from kind of like a dark past and new in town, new to the slushy shack, new to this whole world of being independent, and then maybe her first love. I don't know, right? In that deep of a way, and then throw in vampire stuff on top of that. I mean, it's not boring. That's
I mean,
for sure.
vampires and slushies. You
Yeah.
can't-
It's a good time.
And I don't want to do any spoilers, but late episode, big hair change like Felicity. Oh. Huge hair
And who came
change.
up with that hair idea?
I believe it was you.
I believe it was me. I believe it was me. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, it is such a fun show. It is out now, and I can't wait for everyone to watch it. And you can watch Reginald the Vampire on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Amazon
Yes.
and Hulu. Get it.
Yeah, Amazon if you're in Canada.
Right, yeah, true, true.